on, everyone? DSP here, and welcome to the weekend preview for August 29th, 2011. And this is kind of a unique week for a couple different reasons that we're going to talk about when we get to, what's coming up. But what I want to say first, before we even start, is my heart goes out to anyone who was affected by Hurricane Irene this past weekend. For those that don't know, there was a pretty bad hurricane that went through our area. Luckily for me, by the time that the hurricane hit Connecticut, it had already been downgraded to a tropical storm, so it wasn't that bad. But some other places got hit pretty hard, like New York and Massachusetts. Lots of people are still without power, and it's uncertain when the power is going to go back on. And actually, John Rambo is one of them. And so because of that, we're going to talk a little bit about something that might change later on this week. But anyway, I digress. I just want to say, my heart goes out to everyone. Please be safe, and I hope that everything gets back to normal as soon as possible, okay? I'm fine, by the way. The storm, it passed through here, and when it did pass through here, it was pretty bad, but it was too dark. I thought maybe about filming, but it was too dark to film anything when it was coming through. And then it was funny because the storm left, and then my power went out. The storm was over, and my power goes out. And I'm like, what the hell is this? But luckily, my power came on after a few hours, so no big deal. Nothing was really negatively affected here, okay? So, let's talk a little bit about what happened this past week. So, first of all, previously on Sunday, not yesterday, but a week ago, I attended a gaming tournament at Gaming Etc. in Stratford, Connecticut, and lots of different games there. I have footage of the semifinals and finals of Mortal Kombat 9 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on my gaming channel, DSP Street Fighter. I'm sorry, on my fighting game channel, DSP Street Fighter, if you're interested in watching that. No footage of me playing, but I did play on the stream, and the stream is actually archived over on John Rambo's channel, which is John Rambo Presents. If you want to check that out, it's the raw footage of the tournament with the commentary that happened, but you don't get too much of a crowd aspect in that case, okay? Monday, I finished the game El Shaddai, which is a really unique, trippy kind of a game. I just noticed that Mega Man fell off my wall behind my TV. I'm not kidding. He's not there. He must be like behind there on the floor, and I'm going to have to find him after I finish this video, but that's pretty funny that I'm filming this video and I noticed that Mega Man fell off my wall. But anyway, he jumped off the wall like this. But anyway, yeah, El Shaddai, a really unique, trippy game. Combination of a lot of different gameplay styles and elements and graphical design / art direction. I can't really describe the game in a nutshell because it's so weird and unique. But if you want to see, you get an idea, I would say watch my Hateful Truth game review where I really describe it in detail, and then maybe watch 1 or 2 parts of the playthrough if you haven't seen it already. That will give you an idea of what I feel about the game and what the game really is. So anyway, the new releases last week, the first one was Deus Ex Human Revolution, which I played on the Xbox 360. And a lot of people have asked me, Phil, why didn't you get it for your gaming PC? Because this is a game that's geared to be played on PC. And quite honestly, my answer is I forgot to reserve it on PC, and they didn't have any extra copies of the PC version. They only had enough copies for people who had reserved it. So I need to kind of remember that I have a gaming PC now and I can reserve games for it. So far this year I have reserved Rage and Skyrim for my PC, and I'm trying to think if there's any other games that I should reserve for it. Oh, and Battlefield 3 as well. I also reserved Battlefield 3 for the PC. But outside of those 3, if there's any other games that people think would be more geared towards PC, let me know, and I'll see what I can do about that, okay? So anyway, Deus Ex Human Revolution, very long game, took me 4 days to beat it, extremely good. One of my favorite games of 2011. I did a Hateful Truth game review on it, and within 2 days it's gotten over 50,000 views. So that kind of speaks, to that the people are interested in this game and want to see if this is a game that you should play. And the bottom line is this: don't let this game be the game that you skip because you're saying, I'm on the fence, I'm wondering if I should wait and spend my money on something later this year because there's so many blockbusters supposedly coming out. This will be the game that you will kick yourself in the ass for later on if you don't play it. So don't let it fall off your radar. If you're interested in it, or if you want to see if you're interested in it, I recommend watching just a couple parts of my playthrough if you haven't already, and then watch my Hateful Truth game review, and you'll get a better picture of what this game's about and if you're going to like it or not. But one of my favorite games of the year so far, and one of them definitely going to be one of my contenders for Game of the Year, okay? So then, after beating that, well, actually it was between me playing that, also there was the very final Call of Duty Black Ops Zombie Map Pack was released. Now, I already had most of these maps because I bought the Prestige Edition of the game, or the Collector's Edition, whatever it was called, last year. So I had all the original zombie maps, but for free because I had already bought that version of the game, I was able to get the final map called Moon. And this is a really neat zombie map, probably one of my favorites of all the ones that I played this year, if not my favorite overall. You're on the moon, and there's zombies, and there's all kinds of crazy shit going on. And I played it with myself and a couple, my friend, Coruchado, and you can check out his version of the videos on his channel, which is called Coruchado, and also with a fan of mine, the Area Lord. You can check it out on his channel. He also filmed from his perspective. And there was one other person that was there, but unfortunately they had to leave. So it was really the three of us. And really fun. We did the first half of the Easter egg. Unfortunately, when we were halfway through, my friend's fucking internet connection went out. He dropped from the game. He was the person who had the guide on what we were supposed to be doing to do the Easter egg and complete it. And then we ended up dying after it. But it's still really fun. The gameplay's good. Go check it out if you haven't already. Really fun. And the last zombie map, I really enjoyed it. Okay? And then, also this week, there was another game released. And this was Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition, which was released for the Xbox Live Arcade and also PlayStation Network. And I didn't get a chance to play it until Sunday when my power finally went back on. And here's the thing, I have a history with Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I've played the game competitively ever since it was released in arcades. Then I played it when it had just several different console versions, all the way up through when it kind of dropped off from being played in tournament settings around 2007, 2008. And so I have a competitive past with this game. Now I'm rusty, don't get me wrong, I haven't played the game in like 3 years. And so when I went online to play it, I actually did really well. I played 82 matches and I won 79 of them. And there wasn't too much advanced gameplay. It's kind of hard to play the game for real when you're playing it online, simply because nobody can parry, nobody can block properly. You know, you're nerfed because of the lag factor. And unlike the previous version of this game, which was released for Xbox, the original Xbox, which was really fucked up because it was slow motion basically. Everything you did was insanely delayed. In this game, it skips frames of animation to make up for that. So you might be able to get a lot of your moves out, but then all of a sudden, your enemy's teleporting across the screen, you're losing massive amounts of life, and you don't even get to see when you originally got hit. It's a problem with netcode, okay? And unfortunately, there is no perfect netcode for fighting games. This game used GGPO, which is like a netcode that's 5 years in development. It was used on PC for emulating games, and it still is not very good, okay? So, I did enjoy it, though. I did enjoy playing the game, getting my hands into the game again, so check that out. That's over on my fighting game channel, DSP Street Fighter. 82 matches of Third Strike gameplay, okay? So that's this past week. Now let's talk about what's coming up this week, because this is kind of a unique week for a bunch of reasons. So first of all, today I'm going to do some trials in Third Strike. So again, head over to DSP Street Fighter if you're interested in this game. I'm going to try to get through the trials. I might try the trials for every single character. I get the feeling some of them are going to be too hard. I'm not going to be able to beat them, but I'm going to try to do all the trials. I saw that there was like trials for parrying and stuff, which is pretty cool. Everyone's asking me, a lot of people sent me messages, can you do the Evo moment, which is the, for those that don't know, at Evo, I forget if it was like 2000, I forget what year it was, but Daigo came to the US to play Third Strike, and he had to face Justin Wong, and he pulled off this amazing reactionary parry where he parried the full Chun-Li Super Art 2, then did a combo right afterwards which won the game for him, and Justin Wong was extremely embarrassed that this happened to him because he had the game in the bag, and he tried to take the easy way out by chipping Daigo to death with this super, and it didn't work. And you can do this, you can reenact it in this game, and I want to see if I can do it. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do it, but it's probably going to take a significant number of tries because I'm so rusty. So anyway, I'm going to try the trials mode today. I may mix it up and go ahead and do some arcade mode gameplay, or I may even do a tutorial or two for some of the characters that I'm good with, such as Ryu and Ken. I'm pretty decent with. But I don't know. Today there will be new Third Strike gameplay. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. On Tuesday, there were supposed to be 2 releases on Tuesday. It was supposed to be Bodycount, which is the spiritual successor to the guy who made the game Black back in like the mid-2000s. It was a first-person shooter, so looks like it was going to be another first-person shooter game. And Driver San Francisco was supposed to come out, but from what I'm hearing, I think Driver San Francisco got delayed a week. I'm not positive on that, and I can't find any like definitive source of info on it. So if Driver's out, I'll play it this week. If it's not out, I'm going to be doing Body Count. at any rate, I'll be doing Bodycount because I'm sure Bodycount is out this week. But I don't know how long those games are. I don't know how much time they're going to take up. So depending on that, I may or may not be doing more stuff. Now, Third Strike is supposed to get patched later this week. And it's supposed to be patched so that the ranked match system works properly. For those that don't know, it doesn't work properly right now. It's very hard to find a match and the connections are balls. So they're supposed to fix it this week. So if I beat those other games, then I might go back to Third Strike and do a ranked match, to do a Madness series, which I haven't done in 100 years, a Madness series of Street Fighter, okay? Also, there's a possibility, here's what's going on, John Rambo, like I said, doesn't have power. And depending on how long it lasts, I'm sure for a day or two he keeps himself occupied, but if it's like all week, he's going to want stuff to do. I actually just talked to him on the phone a couple minutes ago, and I said, listen, dude, if you want to come by any day this week, you're welcome here. There's not a lot major going on. You're not interrupting anything too crazy. It's not like, it's the debut of Skyrim and he's going to, be interrupting me playing that game or anything like that. So he may be coming by. I'm not sure, but there's a chance he may be coming by, so the schedule may get bumped for some co-op gameplay or something if he does come by. And also Saturday. Saturday usually John comes by to film Smart Guys, our wrestling commentary show, to do co-op gameplay. That might be up in the air depending on what happens during the course of the week, but I'll give you more information on that as we find out what's going on and things develop. Yeah, so that's pretty much the rough schedule for this week. Sunday, I'm not sure what I'll be doing on Sunday. Maybe I'll do more Third Strike. Maybe if there's really nothing to do, I have some other cool retro stuff here that I'm definitely looking to do. I'm building my NES collection right now, and I got a couple classic NES games I've been looking to play. So there's a lot of possibilities of things that I could be doing this week. Now, on the flip side of all this, next week is going to be absolutely insane. Next week, there's 4 major releases being released on the same day. You've got Warhammer 40k, Resistance 3, Dead Island, and Disgaea 4. Now, out of all those, Disgaea 4 is going to be the longest. I'm probably going to play that last because there's a kind of a dead week in between there where the only other game coming out is not a UFC game, an Ultimate Fighting game called Supremacy MMA. So I may start Disgaea that week and maybe play it over a course of a couple days and see how far I get. I'm not positive on what I'm going to do with that game, but I'm interested in playing it. But we're looking to do a very big co-op playthrough of Dead Island. Myself, John Rambo, and Grog. But we're not sure how we're going to do it because John, unfortunately his house flooded. His house isn't flooded anymore, but will his power be back? What will be the situation? We'll be doing an online co-op where John plays it from New York, I'm here, and Grog's at his home, we play it over the internet. Or maybe John will come here for a day, and he'll have a setup here, and I'll be playing here. And so the two of us are here, and then we'll just have Grog doing commentary over the internet. We haven't talked this out yet, and honestly, because of the stuff that's been going on with the hurricane and everything, we haven't logistically started figuring this out, but we're really looking forward to do a co-op playthrough of Dead Island when it comes out on that launch day, which is a week from tomorrow. So, big things are coming. Big, interesting things are coming. I'm excited. We're heading now right into the major gaming season. It's going to be a crazy end of the year. I know it is. And I hope that all of you will join me for that journey to go through all these games to round out the end of the year and to see what is the best game of 2011 with all of these major announcements and blockbusters that are all being released in the fourth quarter. This is going to be nuts. So, alright, so that's it for the weekend preview. I know that was a lot to swallow. I know this is kind of a weird, oddball week, but the bottom line is there's going to be new footage every day, whether it's Third Strike, whether it's a new release game that comes out, if it comes out or not. If not, I will find something to fill the time because I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. I want to keep it going, And again, this is a kind of a dream come true, and I'm riding the wave of enjoyment and popularity while I can, and everything so far is working out great. So I'm glad that you guys are joining me on this journey, and I look forward to seeing you for some gaming this week. Thanks a lot. See you later.